All right, we're back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Three, we missing one. We don't know what the hell happened to Showstopper, but yeah, we had some technical difficulties. Thank you guys for coming back around, and we're here now. Crap, you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Let's go. All right, let's start. Gamescom. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, we were doing our Gamescom predictions, and I think that probably the other one will come up, and you could probably name that part one.
Okay.
And then with this one, so we could get your predictions and then move on to some of the other things as well, because we're only a couple topics in. Actually, we're having a good time though. So, what do you actually think we're going to see from Microsoft and Sony at Gamescom?
Well, from Sony. All right. I think that they're going to announce or showcase their remasters of Beyond Two Souls, God of War Ascension, Gran Turismo 6, and the Journey. All right, we're back. Sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me pause this over here. We don't know what the hell happened. All right. We're going to see from Sony. I think they're going to show, announce their remasters. For something new, maybe. Lord knows. Maybe a new siphon filter. They said something from the past, or something from. What did they say? Something from the past?
So yeah, something. Well, that's the rumor, according to Warrior Ward. He says that they're rumored to show a new IP and then an old IP. But hold on, I wanted to ask you a question real quick. If they do announce, say, 3 or 4 remasters, and we already know that most likely Unfinished Swan and Journey will be as well, do you think they'll get any flack at all from the media or gamers for this onslaught of remasters and remakes when the generation has just started? Do you think anybody will say anything?
You know what, crap? And I think we all may be guilty of this. And I'm just gonna take me being an Xbox dude. We can't wait to play the Master Chief Collections. But I've been saying this shit forever. I started like that we have to support our hobby and have it. As far as going out and buying these games new. And it's sad that they got a result to this. Now we have remastered Sleeping Dogs and Metro. It's this. I think this generation they're going to get remastered for maybe the first 2 years, until the installed base of these next generation consoles exceed maybe 15, 20 million, and then developers, would think that they can plop down and invest money into new IPs. I think that's what's the problem is.
Yeah.
That's.
But do you think that maybe it's a little bit unfortunate that nobody will say anything? Because Sony is kind of spearheading this, and people don't really speak out against Sony. So I think
again, I think that again, was sad to say, Sony can do no wrong. But if if Sony can do it, then why the fuck not Microsoft? There was no need for The Last of Us remastered. I'm just being real. I have the game. I never played the first one, so it was cool. But I also have a PlayStation 3. Sony has a service called PlayStation Now. If they wanted PlayStation owners to get their hands on The Last of Us, they could have put it on the PS Now. And like I said, it's not that big of a difference graphically. They didn't. I can see they tore it from the ground up and built it to take advantage of the PlayStation 4 hardware and like a new experience. But it's not. It looks like a pretty PS3 game. I'm not hating. I'm just being truthfully. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it looks like a pretty PS3 game. It does.
Yeah.
And when the people were saying, when I said, the way Microsoft did Halo 2, the remaster and all that stuff, and how they built it from the ground up and took advantage of the Xbox One hardware. Well, the reason why it looks so good is because it's the 10-year. No, it has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that they completely tore it down and utilized. They can take advantage of the Xbox One hardware. Now, if Sony did that with The Last of Us, then fine. But Sony's looking to make a quick buck, and I'm not trying to bash Sony, but I remember me doing a video right after they announced the PlayStation 4, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm excited. This is next gen. I had the Wii U. That shit looked like courage, and I said, oh my God, this is next gen. I'm excited. But then I said, damn, maybe they should have waited to put out the God of Wars and the last. Remember, they came out right after they announced the PlayStation 4. I said, damn, maybe they should have pushed those back to launch with the launch titles for the PlayStation 4. But little did I know, I didn't know that they were going to, I've never seen that done before, you know what I mean? Now, if we're giving Microsoft, what they're doing is not really the same thing. Halo 2 is a 10-year-old game, 11-year-old game, and it's the anniversary. And just for extra points and extra kudos, they're giving us the extra 3 games for the price of 1. You know what I mean? So you get 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the goddamn price of one. It's not. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not really. It is, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Microsoft is not charging you $60. Now, I can see they went out there and charged 60 just for Halo 2. You know, which Halo 1 anniversary was only $40, wasn't it? When it came?
Yeah, it was $39.99. Yeah, it was really a good deal because, it came with that nice slipcover over it. You got like extra maps and all that. It was really well done.
And like I said, all 4 games are going to be online. You get all the, you know what I mean. So you really getting bang for your buck. But like I said, now you had it start well. I can't even say Sony spearheaded because it started with the Tomb Raider, and I guess that did pretty well. Like I said, we got these next generation consoles. We want to see. When new consoles come out, we don't have shit to play. We out there buying shit that we know we wouldn't normally buy. And we want something to put on our new console. So it started with the Tomb Raider, and then then Sony would. Now the price, that game shouldn't be $50. I'm sorry, $30, $40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, but I don't. As far as financially, Sony is in a they're in a funny get because
Hold on. Hey, is Showstopper in here now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Oh, hey, welcome back in, Showstopper.
Did he get booted again?
No, he's here.
No, he's in here. He had just mentioned Sony's financial thing.
I think he got booted again. Is he still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, he's here. Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
What I was saying is Sony is not really in a financial stance to invest in new games. You know what I mean? That's why they leaning more on multiplex than anything. You know what I mean? So, so I guess I'm not really expecting much from Sony. Let's be honest. I think regardless of whatever they show, people are going to say they won. Now, as far as Microsoft, I'm looking for Microsoft got to bring their A game. I mean, they got to. I didn't think they had a bad E3. I think it was better than Sony, but they still said Microsoft lost. I don't know how. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? What was it? Game Informer gave Microsoft and Sony both, I think, C or C minuses. I was like, are you serious? I mean, that was one of the publications that I kind of liked. And now after that, I'm like, hey, well, I mean, yeah, it's just opinion, but Jesus, come on.
Yeah,
C minus? You show nothing but games and you give them a C minus?
Yeah, and knew we got Crackdown, we got Scalebound. You know what I mean? So, but I think maybe Microsoft may announce a price drop. That'd be huge.
Yeah, Microsoft did come out and say just last week that they don't have any plans to drop the price anymore.
Oh, I'm saying that would be huge. They announced something like with backwards compatibility because there are a lot of people.
Yeah, that would be great.
A lot of people are still playing on the 360 still. Some people are just buying the 360. So I don't know. I'm just being real. I've never entered a generation when you get games on both platforms. When I got the PS2. When I got the Xbox, those games wasn't on the PS1, and you know what I mean? So, Destiny's on both, you know what I mean? All the big third multiplayer games besides Assassin's Creed, Unity, you know what I mean, are all on. Has it evolved on the PS3 and 360 also?
Originally, I think it was supposed to be, so I'm not 100% sure if that's still the case or not.
But, like I said, maybe something. And please, besides, the seamless multiplayer, we got to see something from this cloud. Like a game, something that, something, besides just talking about the power of the cloud. We got to see something from that, you know what I mean? But that's it.
Yeah, they say that could be a rumor that they might actually show off a little something because Phil Harris, or who was that? Aaron Greenberg actually just went to Lionhead and just went to and said that he saw Crackdown and they're doing really good progress for that. They could maybe show off a little something for Crackdown, show off a little bit of that cloud destructibility or whatever. I think that would be kind of interesting if they did do that. Obviously they're going to announce the white Xbox One. That was like the worst kept secret ever.
But crap, what I'm talking about far is, remember they were talking about the cloud would make the Xbox One 32 times more powerful.
Yeah, I remember that.
Along those lines, not just multiplayer. I get it. Like when. You got Sunset Overdrive. I know that the PlayStation 4 can't do that with seamless step into a phone, boom, multiplayer. I know that they can't do that. I understand because of dedicated servers. No, I get that. But that's done behind the scenes. You know what I mean? We want to see something up front that, wow, that's
processing power, right? You want the
something visually that's going to fucking knock our socks off, you know?
Yeah, I agree that's needed. I think that would be a good opportunity to do that because I think that over in Europe, you know, that's ripe for that. I know in Japan they really believe in cloud processing really a lot.
You see, they 1 gig up, 1 gig down.
Yeah.
You know, I think the lowest is probably 500 megabytes up and down, probably the lowest. Like that, their speed fucking phenomenal. You know what I mean? So they can take advantage of, you know, everything. I got 100 up and 100 down. I have a Ryse FiOS, but what do you have? Crap, 2 up and 1 down. Like that?
No, man, I got 15 down and like 1.5, 2 up sometimes.
But you have a cap. Right, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I have a cap, man. It's like 150 gigs a month.
But you know what? No, it'd be huge if they make a game, right, and they have 2 sets of graphics. You're saying one that will make it look 3 times as better with the cloud. You know what I mean? And make it, you know, that's what I'm saying. That cause everybody, as far as everybody's not going to be able to take advantage of, because everybody doesn't have the process. You know, doesn't have great internet. Okay, believe it or not, 20 people still have dial-up. I seen the fucking server the other day. But if you can make a game that will enhance the graphics, have it still look next gen, but make it look that much better, you know, with the cloud, I think, okay, you know, maybe, you know, but
yeah,
something, you know, see some processing.
I'm gonna tell you, the cloud is such a mystery. Don't nobody know what this cloud is.
You know what? I think
you know what I call it?
It's like that movie, like, don't nobody know what the cloud is. It's just there.
The cloud.
Everybody trying to explain it, man, but it's like, you know.
Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot.
That's all it is, man. You just don't know, man. There's so many different versions of the cloud, man. This is crazy.
You know what the cloud is? The Showstopper. The cloud is the fucking some of them going the last dragon is the fucking machine.
Some of the problem is with that. Hey, Worrywart, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I heard you talking, and then your mic got kind of low. But anyway, I think some of the problem is that people have turned it into like this kind of negative theme. The cloud. It's servers, but servers can do more than just be dedicated servers. You can use them for processing and different things like this. Microsoft owns the server company, the cloud company that does Pixar animations, and how they get those done much faster now. Like, it used to take years to do Pixar movies, and now with cloud processing, they're able to render and process these Pixar graphics through the cloud processing, and it's less strain on computers locally. So that's basically what it is. So a lot of people take it and kind of run with it as a joke, but it's a real thing. And you know, if Microsoft can get it, you know, maybe it's a generation too early to be talking about it. Who knows? But obviously there's certain things you could do with it, whether it be the AI in Drivatar or the AI with Titanfall or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So there's obviously things that you could do, and I've also seen different articles where some tech people say that you don't need this huge internet connection to take advantage of some of these cloud features and cloud processing. Even somebody like me would be able to take some kind of advantage of it. So I think that'd be interesting. Now, next gen, we also talked a little bit about the possibility of Steam. They found some code, and I think you did a video on this, and it was actually listed as Dota 2, the workshop tools, and it explicitly states Xbox One dedicated servers in the code. So what do you think about all this?
Well, it also makes Xbox Music, Xbox Dashboard, and Xbox achievements. Maybe it may just be, you know, that the Source 2 engine can work with the Xbox One, but but actually it was Machinima that they ran with the story that maybe the Steam store. Do you imagine how huge that would be, even if you had a gaming PC? Because Valve did I guess they know what people have as far as their machines, and most gaming rigs, their gaming rigs are not as powerful as the Wii U. I mean, it's the God's honest truth. And that, man, if they'd be able to stream all your Steam games to your Xbox One and have achievements, that would be huge. You know what I mean? The fact you can go buy your multi-plats on your PC, regardless of whatever PC you have, and stream them and play them on your Xbox One. That would be huge. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Something's coming. You know what it is? Like I said, I think that really would be a fucking nail in the coffin if that right there service is exclusive to the Xbox One. You know what I mean? Like, damn, actually that would hurt game. That might be the nail in the coffin for goddamn GameStop. You know what I mean? The same games we pay $65 for, they're like $30 on Steam. You understand that? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
$25. You know what I mean? And that would definitely kill the used game market. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. You know, we're gonna see. I'm not a big Half-Life fan, so Left 4 Dead, if that comes, that's cool. But maybe it might just be the engine. But if any aspect of the Steam store comes to the Xbox One, I think will be huge, you know?
Yeah, and what if it is like something almost like a service where you can do that? Maybe Sony wouldn't want it because Sony seems to be very stuck in their way of PlayStation Now is their thing. They don't want anything competing with that on their platforms. This could open up a lot of opportunities if Microsoft is flexible about these things. You know, usually that's Sony that does that. They're like, hey, we're the flexible ones. We're for the developers. We're this, we're that. Now, if Microsoft is open to putting these other developers' things on their console and Sony isn't, that's a big win. Like Microsoft has recently said and stated the obvious that the EA Access is a game changer, and I feel it is. And EA has come out and even clarified all the games in the vault stay there forever. If you buy the game, it's yours. It never leaves the vault. So I think that that's a huge, huge thing, and it's a big thing that Sony's missing out on. And people aren't really calling them out on it as much as I thought they would. But yeah, this would be a huge, huge thing and a huge deal if it's true. Like I said, don't look at us and say, hey, they're saying for sure this is going to happen. We're all saying that this is a rumor because they found this coding on the Xbox One. So treat it as with a grain of salt.
Xbox Dash, a lot, and there was nothing they mentioned of the PlayStation interface for using. It said nothing about the PS4.
Yeah. Also, we were talking a little bit about. Have you seen the new ad from Microsoft that was basically stressing the great online community on Xbox One? Have you seen that?
Well, yeah, I've seen that. You know what? I'm gonna be real. I think with Microsoft. You think about when Xbox Live first came out, it was without a shadow of a doubt, it was the premier service. Sony couldn't touch it any shape, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Xbox Live is still better than PSN. But I think Microsoft has to reinvent Xbox Live again to pound it home. Besides, we got to get something that's exclusive that we can do on the Xbox Live, you know what I mean? Because now they can party chat, Like I said, it's not as good as Xbox Live, but they have the basic stuff that we had for a long time, and they didn't have that. So I think Microsoft now has to go above and beyond again to rebrand the Xbox Live. You know what I mean? Yeah. Make all their games, these third-party games, dedicated servers. Come out and say, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, well, if it's true that like Steam is going to be on there or whatever, using the dedicated servers, there's Minecraft. Notch has said that hey, we might be able to put Minecraft on Xbox One on their servers, which would be an advantage. And I agree that that's what they need to do. And Sony is always behind a generation with what Microsoft does with Xbox Live. I mean, Microsoft started the 360 with achievements and party chat, and it seemed like Sony was late to the party with that, just now getting party chat, and Microsoft has upped the ante by doing dedicated servers. All first-party stuff, dedicated servers, with the opportunity for all third-party stuff to be dedicated servers. So I think that that's something that they need to be stating, and I love the fact that they're accentuating the positive because that's something they should have been doing all along,
Mm-hmm. I think wasn't they supposed to be putting the PlayStation 3s as dedicated servers?
No, what they're doing, I think, is using PlayStation 3s to host PlayStation Now or something like that.
I heard something where they said that they was going to convert those into dedicated servers.
I'm sorry, you heard what?
Convert
the
what?
PlayStation 3s. The PlayStation 3s.
They're using all PlayStation 3 consoles. Sony is. They're using them to, I think, host games or something like that. They were using them for PlayStation Now.
Whose PlayStation 3 consoles?
The ones
Sony.
That
they're taking old PlayStation 3 consoles, and they're converting them into servers to host. Host games off of. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. It's kind of interesting, but I mean, those aren't really, I don't know. I don't think that's a great idea. But okay, what's funny is, right? So Microsoft is like, hey, Xbox One has the best online community, right? And that's a pretty bold statement, but it's good advertising. So GameSpot does an article about it. They're like, hey, Microsoft thinks that Xbox One has the best online community. You know, like basically, and what do you think this is going to do when they come out with this article?
I didn't even know that there was an article. Why would there be an article about it?
Because Microsoft said they had the best online community.
Which they do.
But by saying this and bringing it out to that, who's that going to piss off?
The Sony fans.
Yeah, and it's going to get them in there, okay? So this is what I find absolutely atrocious with gaming journalism. So Microsoft says in their commercial, we have the best online community, right? And so they they'll do an article about it, trying to get clicks or whatever, right? Sony, I see their video, and they do like, you know, whatever, and it's like the greatest play on PS4. Where's the articles where it says Sony says the greatest play on PS4? You know what I'm saying? The double standard is completely
But the greatest what?
unbelievable. The greatest play. He said the greatest play on PS4. So they're insinuating that the greatest gamers play on the PS4. So how is that not worthy of an article? But when Microsoft says, hey, the Xbox Live is the best online community, how is that worthy of an article? And Sony saying the greatest play on PS4, not.
You're gonna give yourself an aneurysm, crap.
Yeah.
The double standard is absolutely mind-boggling. What the fuck?
Just forget about it. Let it go, man. Just let it go.
I can't let it go.
You ain't gonna be able to fight that, man. They're gonna do what they do.
Let it go.
You know, but one thing for sure though, go ahead.
I think it's bullshit. You know what's, not to cut anyone off. That's why I won't say I go out of my way. If I feel as though, and I guess I'm an Xbox dude through and through. You know, I'm a gamer, but I don't feel as though the Xbox get a fair shake out there. You know,
no,
it's not that I go dumpster diving for bad Sony news. It's just that, you know, if I didn't talk about anything bad about Sony, then boom,
it wouldn't be talked about.
Here you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, and
that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? I troll the mess out of them.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, what they say, the Xbox loses another exclusive. Like, what the fuck? Now, this weeks ago, Ryse was dog shit. You know, it was 900p was a shit system. Now they can't wait to get Ryse 2 on the PS4. Like, knock it the fuck off with this shit already, man.
I'm just amazed by all these PlayStation 4 players that have these PCs. And then you look at the sales of Titanfall. My goodness, where they at?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They were all gonna get Titanfall, guys. They were all getting Titanfall on PC. Or 360, remember that? They were like, hey, we'll get it on 360 or PC.
And they was bragging hard, man. I ain't seen when you look at the sales, it's like, wah. You failed.
You know, again, I don't think Ryse is going to sell well on PC. Most people.
Yeah, it's just conversation pieces, man. That's all it is, man. It's a gain advantage.
It may sell 75,000 units, and you know, most people are going to down. Because I'm being real, most PC, not all, but a lot of PC guys, you know what they do? They download the motherfuckers illegally. They ain't paying shit for that game.
Yeah.
You know? Especially if they have a strong online component. I mean, the multiplayer is okay, but you know, like they're going to get that motherfucker from the torrent base somewhere. So I don't know, you know, I don't get it. Like, they couldn't give a fuck about Ryse. And how was Microsoft losing an exclusive? The PC is not a console.
That is true. You know what? They're so quick to point out. It's a personal computer. It's not a console. You know what I'm saying? So when you expose them, it's their personal computer. They can do what they want. Yeah. Now they're in this console race. I don't get that. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both ways.
Hey, did you guys hear what I said at the beginning? I think we were off air when I said this. I bought an original Xbox for Halo 1 and KOTOR, both of which were on PC. I'm a console gamer. I don't give a shit how many games are on PC. I'm not going to play them on PC. I don't care about PC, ever.
Hey, crap, you know what's crazy, though? 90%, and I'm not even exaggerating, 90% of the PlayStation 4 library is on PC.
I know that. If you look at the games, and I'm actually about to do a video on this soon, I'm like writing down and checking out so I can count the exact number of games that are out on the PS4 that are only on PS4, not on PS3, not on PC, and it's a very fucking small list. You got Knack, Killzone, Infamous. Not even Baseball or Little Big Planet are going to be PS4 only. Yeah, so you got very little games, very few. that are just PS4 only. So yeah, people in glass houses don't throw bricks, motherfuckers.
I understand. Did they say Sony lost another exclusive when DC Universe is on PC or PlanetSide 2? Like, that's not a console. Now, if those games came to the Wii U or the Xbox, whatever, then fine. If you whatever.
Exactly.
It's a computer. You know, when you can go inside that motherfucking GameStop and buy it, you know, it's like I'm just being real. It's not a. I mean, I understand people do play games on it, but Microsoft is not in competition with their self. I don't give a fuck. Microsoft will give a fuck if there was 15 billion PCs. Guess what? You need Windows to run. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. So, you know, the more gaming rights that are bought is more money in Microsoft pocket. No, they didn't make the fucking computer, but guess what? They made the operating system.
Yeah, you know what? I point this out a lot too. The day you can go into a fucking GameStop or Walmart and be like, hey, go into the video game section and be like, hey, let me get that PC there. Let me get that rig. You know, nobody's gonna do that. The average Joe Blow is gonna go, if they're a console gamer, gonna go to the store and buy their console that they want. They're not going to care that some of these games are on PC because if you look at it, all pretty much third-party games are on fucking PC as it is.
You know, I'm not really into the whole let's count up numbers of exclusives and stuff and arguing about it, but I know that you know, DC Universe Online is on the PlayStation 4, but it's on PC, correct?
And it's on PS3 as well. Yeah.
There's a game called
PlanetSide 2.
It's coming out in 2015. It's called Axiom Verge. It's actually published by Sony. That's going to PC as well. And there's also the game H1Z1 that's developed.
Yeah, they're MMO free to play. Yeah.
And it's developed and published by Sony, and it is also going to the PC. So
it's actually on PC first. I think it's in beta on PC right now.
So I mean, but my point is, if you were to ask me, is DC Universe Online exclusive to PlayStation? I would say yes, because it's only the PlayStation 4, even though it's on PC. Axiom Verge is exclusive to PlayStation, even though it's on the PC. I can't play it if I only have an Xbox One, and so is H1Z1. So that's
let me say this much. If I was really into, say, H1Z1 and I thought, man, that looks badass, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out and get a PlayStation 4. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say, well, I got a PC, or maybe I can upgrade. I don't give a shit. I'm not a PC gamer. Yeah. That's a PlayStation exclusive to me, and I don't do it just one way. It's both ways, and I think it's funny that what happens is the PlayStation fanboys, and they hate it when I'm right, so they're going to hate me for saying this. They want everything to look as a negative. Oh, Microsoft losing exclusive, but they don't look in their own backyard and say, hey, we were hyping No Man's Sky, but guess what? That's coming to PC. I mean, there's literally all these indies and free-to-play, and all this stuff is on PC, guys. So
I mean, I'm looking at, you know, hey, show.
Yeah.
Ask me about these games. I'm going to be crap for a second.
Hey, what is your expectations for the games coming out this year?
If you go right on the page for DC Universe Online, it says platforms: PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Microsoft Windows.
Oh, exactly.
If you go on the page for Axiom Verge, the exclusive coming to Sony PlayStation consoles, it says platforms: PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Microsoft Windows.
I don't think I can dress like that. But
yes, you will. You were like, hey, guess what else is going to have? Guess what else?
Stop talking over me. Stop talking over me. I run the podcast. H1Z1, exclusive to Sony and PlayStation 4. Guess what, bitches? It's also on Microsoft Windows. Rack 'em.
Oh, you had to do the rack 'em too. Come on, man.
Rack 'em.
But hey, it's true. And look, Microsoft puts their own games on PC. Phil Spencer's a big PC supporter, so I would expect them to put some more on there. I don't think they're going to put everything on there, but I think where it makes sense, they'll probably put some stuff on there. I don't think,
Yeah, there's going to be big games like Infamous is going to stay exclusive, Uncharted's going to stay exclusive.
Yeah, those big things are going to stay exclusive. You know, I don't expect Halo 5 to ever go to PC. That would be just stupid.
You never know. I mean, it might.
You know what? I don't think Halo 5 ever will. I think that Halo Master Chief Collection possible.
Yeah,
maybe a year after.
Oh boy, that'd be the end. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, could you imagine that? I mean, there was already enough. The sky is falling because they allowed Ryse to. Well, guess what? They don't fucking own the Ryse IP.
What's up with that? With that Game Now had an article saying they did acquire the goddamn IP. Like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I told you. This is what happened. They acquired this an IP called Rise of Nations, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe they could have probably like that was just poor reporting. And I told you, like when we saw that, I said, hey, don't run with that story because I don't think it's legit.
Oh, I mentioned it. I didn't see it after I did the video on Twitch, but on Twitch, I'm like, yeah, it's he bought it. I was happy because I would like, I'm not saying fucking Ryse is a fucking world beater. I just like the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, do you find it funny though? I mean, and I think we already covered this a bit. Everybody said it was complete dog shit, and now everybody's gonna be like 4K and this. You know what I mean? It's like holy shit.
You know what the sad part is though? This is the reality though. It's gonna be in 4K, but it's the same old hack and slash, quick time events. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the same experience. It's gonna be a beautiful game, just like we all said. It's a beautiful game. But it's still repetitive.
But let's get into this. How many people have 4K gaming rigs? It's very small.
Not even so much that. How many motherfuckers got a display that can display in 4K? I mean, I'm just being real. So 0.1% of the population. Motherfuckers bragging about shit that they're going to use. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being real. Like, knock it the fuck off. You guys, you got one of the come on, Quackmon. This motherfucker has the 560 Ti. Like that card costs about $35. But I'm saying, motherfuckers took bragging about 4K resolution, don't have a 4K fucking monitor, 4K TV, and don't have at least a Titan or a 690. Like, knock it the fuck off, man. Like, stop it. Like, who gives a shit, man? At the end of the day, man, the computer is not a fucking console. It's not.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Xbox One is not in competition with Windows. I mean, it's the same ecosystem. Like I said, with more gaming rigs are bought, more money in Microsoft pocket, whether you like it or fucking not. I have a Mac. I'm on a Mac right now, and guess how many games I can play on Steam? Maybe like 6. Like, I'm just being real. All the games are fucking made with Windows. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah, that's true. So, hey, I think that it's kind of weird. I wanted to point out that Forza Horizon 2 is getting a demo on the Xbox One, and supposedly it's supposed to come out during Gamescom on Xbox One. So
next week.
Yeah, next week. It's supposed to come out. This upcoming week. This week. So you guys should be on the lookout, and I'll let you guys know for sure. But they've already confirmed the demo, and the game comes out at the end of September. So that's something to definitely keep an eye out on. And these games are always gold. I mean, the first Horizon was amazing, and this one looks phenomenal. I think and they've built it from the ground up for next generation on the Xbox One. So I think.
You think it's going to be better than The Crew?
Yeah, I think just because they're going to use dedicated servers.
The Crew looks awesome.
I think The Crew looks good too. I just don't think, for me, I like the whole aspect of Horizon 1 was my favorite game. And also, I don't like the whole peer-to-peer thing with The Crew, man. Why did they do that? I don't get it. I don't
parody, because they didn't want, because Sony wouldn't have it. I think that.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't make any sense to me. Why you do a racing MMO, but then do peer-to-peer? I don't get that. So I mean, it could be something that I will get, but I'm gonna Horizon 2. I've already paid off. So.
Yeah, mine's paid off. Oh, did they announce the collector's edition yet for Halo's Master Chief Collection?
They did in Europe, and it already sold out.
Yeah, it's not here. It's only in Europe.
Yeah, and it came with a Halo figure and everything, man. It was expensive, and that shit sold out super fast. Wow.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Yeah. Little question, a little bit on topic. Did they announce when they're going to start changing the games inside the vault?
They're never changing the games inside the vault. They're just going to add to them.
What's I mean? When they say they're going to start adding more?
They said they're going to. I mean, yeah, it's still in beta right now, but supposedly they're supposed to. They say it's going to vary, I guess. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, they actually Peter Moore actually said that he promised. I mean, we have to wait and see. He said great things. It's going to fill up. That's their goal, but. Again,
yeah, and they're never taking away any games either, because people were worried about that because of something in the fine print.
I'm just taking a wait and see approach. If they do it, then great, But Prove it.
Hey, up until then, man, I've been fucking kicking ass on Madden and fucking.
I was thinking about getting fucking Madden. I've been fucking doing pretty good with my damn self.
Yeah, and then I beat Battlefield 4. I thought that campaign was really good. I mean, it was a little bit glitchy at times, but I thought it was pretty damn good.
If you leave for a certain period of time, you're gonna start all over, man. That's the only thing with Battlefield I hate. It makes me start all over every time.
From the beginning of the game?
Yeah, well, on the campaign.
Oh damn! I haven't played that bitch since.
Yeah, that is like trash.
You can't just save your progress.
It was pretty.
I save it.
It was pretty short.
But it'll go away. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll play a few boards or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, exit out, do all that little good, cool little stuff. Come back. Guess what? I'm starting all over again.
At the beginning of the game.
Beginning of the game.
Nah, there's something wrong there. I played.
Wait, the beginning of the game or the beginning of the level?
The beginning of the game.
Nah, there's something wrong there.
Oh, yeah, there's something wrong there because I would actually quit in the middle.
Yeah, you could.
When did you last play it?
I just not too long ago, like probably about a couple of days ago. Started all over.
Oh, okay. I heard that was a problem. Yeah, I've heard that was a problem for some people, but like for me, I actually turned off my Xbox like mid mission, and then when I went back, I'm like right there, like literally.
Yeah.
I had never had any kind of issues like that.
No.
I like that suspension play on the Xbox One. That's awesome. That's a win-win. And no one talks about that suspend play. You leave and come right back, pick your game. You know what I mean? Go back, go watch TV, come back and pick your game up right from where it left off. And I think that's dope shit.
Hey, did anybody else hear his mic break up there?
My mic broke up?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Oh,
I couldn't hear next gen. He broke up really bad.
I heard him about the suspend feature.
Yeah, audience in him. I like the fact that on the Xbox One that you got this, you can say you can go watch TV or whatever the fuck, go do something else, and go back to your game. It's right where you left. I like that, man. It's dope shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is pretty damn cool. Now, what do you guys think about? Okay, there is some, I don't like really talking about resolution because really, like, who gives a fuck? But it is kind of cool, like, Diablo 3 gets their res bump, so it's 1080, 60, just like the PS4 version. More parity, I guess. I mean, that's cool, I guess, for gamers, right? Like, for me, like, I haven't decided whether to get it or not, but I think that the fact that a mere 10% SDK bump can reach parity talks a lot about the whole power gap and how it's not as big as people like to make out.
Well, what the developer said,
What was the question?
I was just pointing out that Diablo 3 got a res bump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but see, the big thing people took with that developer, got his name, they took his words out of context when it's about the whole 50%. He was talking about as far as time. He wasn't talking about power. Not saying the PS4 was 50% more powerful than the Xbox One. He was talking about as far as time. You know what I mean?
Well, the RAM in the PS4 reads faster, much faster than the RAM in the
not with
Xbox One. Right?
Actually, with the East RAM, if I'm not mistaken, with the combined with the DDR3, it's supposed to be faster than
Theoretically, but I mean, as far as straightforward programming, it's faster.
Well, he's already said that what he's saying is the people ran with the 50% more power, and it's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and again, the reason why Microsoft didn't go with the GDDR5, the things that we can do on the Xbox One, had we had that RAM, we won't be able to do. Multitasking, the switching, and all that shit, you can't do that with that RAM. That GDDR5 is great for your GPU, but it's not that good for your CPU. It's not.
Yeah, you had to for the way that they were going. Yeah, you had to go with one or the other. Just speaking of that real quick, have you guys heard of this game called Scar: The Blade Remains?
Is it a hack and slash?
It's like a first-person, like hand-to-hand kind of combat fighting game. But basically, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the game director said it only took him 20 minutes to port the game from PC to the Xbox One. So I think that's kind of cool.
When does the game come out?
It's supposed to come out, I think, later this year.
Is it a smaller title or is it a big?
I'm not sure if it's it's not a AAA title. I know that, but it's it's a lot of people are looking forward to it. Apparently, it's only coming out on next gen consoles. So
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's cool that this game it's supposed to be pretty big and 1080p, 60 frames per second, and they ported it over in 20 minutes to the Xbox One. I think that's important. I think worth mentioning.
Oh, hey, crap! Hold on, not to cut you off. When is the Xbox One launching in China?
September 23rd.
And what about the rest of these countries?
All in September, I believe. Like September is the big month.
You know what? Again, I get tired of these threats doom and gloom, and people still don't understand. The Xbox One is only out in 13 places. That's it. That's all. That's it. And again, it is outpacing the Xbox 360. Now, if the Xbox One was out in 80 places like the PlayStation 4, then again, like I said, look at last generation and look how the 360 was, kicking the shit out of the PS3. And later on down the line, they just about caught up with each other. I don't know who's outsold who, but this generation, this console race just can't start it not even a year ago. You still get, you had a lot of people that have yet to upgrade from the 360. A lot of people are still happy with their current gen consoles. Listen, I'm a part of a lot of these fucking Facebooks, and people still posting pictures of their game set up. Yeah, I just got the 360 last, and they having fun with it because guess what? They can still get Destiny, they can still get their Watch Dogs. You know what I mean? Once those great multi-plat games stop coming to current gen, you know what I mean, and probably when they drop down to about $350, $300, that's when the bulk of these people, 360 owners, are gonna make the switch over to the Xbox, especially when Halo comes out, Gears comes out, Baby comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those games have a big following, huge following.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean I agree with that. I think that people are really happy with their Xbox 360s, which is cool. But I mean 9 years on, let's go. You know what I mean? That's like.
I say the same shit too. I'm like, we need you on this side over here, but like,
yeah,
we just got in 360 a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Like, I totally understand where a lot of the PS4 guy or PS3 owners were like, hey, I got to get the hell out of this gen quick. You know what I mean? Like Sony's the same way. Like you can kind of tell that they like, hey, PS3, what? You know what I mean? Like that's probably a sore spot for them. They would probably like to forget all about it, but. A lot of the Xbox 360 people a lot of my friends are still on that damn console, like all the time. Like Gears this and Halo that, Call of Duty this. It's like holy crap, like upgrade sometime, soon, do it. But the only problem is I can't really give them a reason to upgrade to either console. I don't think there's, 100% reason to upgrade in either case. Because all these games are on both platforms, most of them anyway. There's few notable exceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, Sunset Overdrive looks to be a pretty cool thing, and like the Master Chief Collection. But and same thing with PS4. It's like literally, there's 3 games you can't get on the PS3. Like you can get baseball on the PS3 and Final Fantasy on the PS3 and. Little Big Planet 3 on the PS3, so what real incentive is there to upgrade? I'm not sure there's 100% incentive to upgrade on any platform right now, except for the Wii U, man. If you got a Wii, yeah, man, I would get the Wii U. Hey, next gen, what do you think about the Wii U?
Well, look, I'm just gonna keep it real here.
I'm gonna keep it real.
We gotta call a spade a spade. Basically, you asked me about the Wii U, but I'm gonna talk about Sony's financials. They really can't afford to.
Hey, the Wii U's dog shit, man.
Dog shit.
Is it a next gen console?
No, it's a this gen console.
Yeah, it's a this gen console.
It was last gen. It was really to compete with.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 3.
The PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Hey, but what I eat don't make other people shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. Hold on, guys. I'm counting pills real quick. Hold on. 7, 8.
We just got you next, Jim.
Hey guys, there's this really ugly situation going on at Crytek. Their CEO basically closed down the UK branch. He's downsizing the US branch, laying off over 100 people, selling off the rights to Homefront, the Revolution. And he also, took some shots at Microsoft with the whole Ryse situation, basically emphatically stating that they owned Ryse and they would do what they want with it, and that they're not interested in doing a sequel until the Xbox One sells more units.
Well, I mean,
well, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I got some choice words for that motherfucker. Well, again,
every developer wants their game to be on as many hands as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not happy with where the console is right now, then you can kind of say he's got a point. I mean, it's doing better than the 360, but it should be doing better.
Well, I mean, how it's doing better than the 360? I mean,
yeah, but I mean, the PS4 is doing better than the 360 and the PS3.
But at the same time, you can't bite the hand that feeds you, because we know Microsoft both published and helped fund the game, and they advertised it like crazy. So it was very little risk on their part. And if you're going to pay for those three things like Microsoft did, what right do they have to complain about it? You know what I mean? I just think that the guy. Not only that, he's not paying his workers.
I think maybe there was something. I think they wanted to own the IP.
Crap be going for the jugglers, boy.
I know. It's like,
but no,
he ain't even paying his workers.
How can this guy talk about anything when the guy's stuck? I mean, these people are working and they're not getting their paychecks.
But listen, honestly, he act like fucking Ryse was a world.
I'm gonna tell you like this. That's broke talk. He need that cash.
Yeah, they're hurting. It looks like.
I mean, but also again, the Xbox One is only out in 13 fucking places. How many units did the game sell? About 500,000, 600,000?
Yeah, but listen, man,
we don't even know how much it's sold.
That's Microsoft's fault, that console ain't out. I mean, we're almost up to a year now. Get the damn thing out, or don't put it out. Like, get it out. Why is it only out in 13 places?
Well, they do. They have it coming out in September, so we're less than a month away from it being out in a lot of countries.
You know what? No crap. I mean, worried to be honest. Is the difference between I'm not damage control. The difference between
I got you. They want to make it. They want to be sure everything works in the regions and all. If that voice stuff is causing you not to get that system out while you're competitive, get rid of it and put it out.
No, not even so much as the voice. That too, but the fact when prime example, when the PS4 came out in South America, they didn't have access to the fucking PSN. You know what I mean? So,
I understand what you're saying, but listen, it was out. I understand it, but Microsoft has to compete. And if the system is out in a region, even though all the features aren't there, and people are snatching it up, you got to get your box out. Period.
Yeah. Well, I can go with that, but that guy from fucking Crytek, he better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not paying your people that are working for you and you're closing shit down, I mean, to me, he just sounds kind of salty. You know what I mean?
He probably said this to Microsoft right here. Yeah, y'all promised me cash.
Hey, when he act like the Xbox One, you slow. Like, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like, come on, stop it.
Hey, it could have been a little bit like this too, because all this stuff was rumored before we actually found out it was true. Like, you have to take rumors with a grain of salt, and so it turns out that possibly it's probable that Microsoft was funding a Ryse 2, and now that's on the back burner because the dispute over ownership of the IP. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Microsoft wants some kind of security to know that's not going to release on another console. You know what I'm saying? As well they should. If you're fucking funding it, I'll be damned if it's going to be out on another console. Like, I don't give a shit about PC. I'd be just like Microsoft, sure, whatever. But, PC don't matter. So anyway, like, yeah, don't put it out on other consoles. But yeah, so they're a little bit of angsty or whatever. But it's not Microsoft's fault that they were investing in fucking free-to-play shitty games like Warface and whatever they're trying to do, trying to compete with these arena-type League of Legends games on PC or whatever. That's not where the future is, and these guys are fucked up thinking that's where it is. Like, that. Why are they? Did you guys? I'm sure have seen that they're making a push for free-to-play games. Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense to me. There's no money in that. I think it's ridiculous. And this guy trying to blame all his financial troubles on one game, You know what I mean? Or saying that he's disappointed that it didn't sell. How many fucking consoles did he expect it to sell? When you're talking about the third or fourth best-selling console in the first like 8 months of its life of all time, what more can you do?
Damn, crap is like.
Yeah, but also too, the IGN and GameSpot, all of them gave that game a shit review. Some gave it a 5, and
yeah, like you seen it. Like they were like, okay, and it was bound to get bad reviews because of the E3 demonstration. People thought it was all QTEs. The thing that I'll say is this: try playing Ryse on the harder difficulties. It's a completely different game because if you miss the executions, you don't execute them. You don't get your replenishment of life. You don't get, you know what I'm saying? It's a different game. It's less forgiving. So the people that thought it was like super repetitive, I just say try it on a harder difficulty because, and like you said, it's not a world beater because it had some issues, but it was really good, and I feel like there's a future there. But Crytek has to get their head out of their asses. You know what I mean? That's like they're being foolish. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I'm saying? When a company fucking publishes and goes all out like they did. Try and throw him under a bus.
That dude was promised some cash, and he wanted it.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft stopped paying. That was the rumor, right? Microsoft stopped paying them because they couldn't agree.
I'm just saying from his writings and what you had read in that article, man. It just sounds like he a bit butthurt, and he was promised something.
Booty so
he's just speaking out on it.
Just stay tuned for the Ryse Special Edition PS4 version.
Actually, I don't think they're allowed. I think since that Microsoft published it, there's some kind of deal, obviously, where it can't be published on consoles.
Well, no, they said they own the IP. They could do what they want.
They own the IP, but Microsoft published it. It's the same thing with BioWare and Mass Effect. There's all kinds of like little wheelings and dealings.
Get permission, like PC is not.
Yeah, you have to. Like that. This is what happened, right? Microsoft owns the publishing rights to Alan Wake. But Remedy owns the IP. When Remedy wanted to publish that on PC, they had to seek permission from Microsoft to do so first, and Microsoft allowed it because they don't look at PC as competition. So I have a little bit of an interesting thing I'm reading here right now. It's this article that says maybe Microsoft is teasing backwards compatibility at Gamescom because in their little tweet, there's the original Xbox logo and Xbox 360 logos in there.
I don't know, man. I mean, how would they even do backwards compatibility? Maybe just.
Oh well, like I said, they said they were working on it, where you would put in the game and it would just emulate it. I don't think that it's an impossible. I mean, these guys are software geniuses, right? So I think that I'm not saying that I know for sure that that's what it is. I'm just reading this article right now. It says that, and there are both the logos in there. So why would you have them unless you were going to maybe do some OG Xbox games? I know that hashtag is getting a lot of play lately. So,
you know what though? I'm gonna wait and see because I did this with the E3 thing when they said we're gonna see stuff you never saw before. Remember how disappointed we were?
That was Major Nelsing. Apparently, he was gonna do
but
something,
I mean, people were hyped up. They I'm just gonna wait and see. I mean, they need to do. They need to. I always say. I said this at E3. They need. Gamescom needs to be big for them.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in Europe. And it was not a strong play. It needs to be huge. I do agree with that. They gotta. If they were holding something back from E3,
then it needs to come out now. Otherwise, just.
They got some new exclusives. There's something that we didn't know about. I think that they need to announce it. It looks great. I'm all about it. But no, listen. Did you guys hear about Assassin's Creed Unity?
No.
That it may run at 720p on the PS4.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. It's not gonna run 720p, but you know what the funniest part about that was all the freaked out fanboys. Like they were so disillusioned. That was the best part. Obviously, it's not gonna run 720p. It's gonna be probably 900 to 1080 or whatever. But because they've already said they're going for 1080 on both. And they're apparently working on the lead platform's the Xbox One, so they're taking advantage of that. Hopefully everything's equal. But at any rate, it's so funny just watching the PlayStation fanboys flip out over the possibility of them getting a 720p game. Like their lives would be ruined. It's resolution, guys. It's not life or death. It's like so funny though. They flip out.
You were talking about Ryse. Did you see the Belgian site that listed the Legendary Edition of Ryse coming to Xbox One?
Yeah, like with all the content and stuff. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
How much? 60, 40 bucks?
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no. It'll probably.
There's
be
a lot of
5,
map
10.
packs. Yeah, there was a lot of fucking map packs for that. I don't know if you guys got into the online stuff, but it was actually pretty fun. Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff. A little bit of Naughty Dog news. Did you guys see where they came out and said they said The Last of Us remake on PS4 had a shit ton of bugs and glitches, basically confirming that it's far from a perfect port. So many people were quick to give it a perfect score, just like the PS3 version, before all these reports come out that there's a lot of bugs and issues where some people aren't even able to complete the game. So I think that they should have maybe not taken the previous game, if they're going to review it, into consideration and just play it for what it is. And obviously a lot of people are experiencing a lot of problems with this game. What do you guys think about that? Maybe people were too quick to give it a perfect score?
What do we think about them?
I don't think a port should have got a 10 out of 10. No way.
I mean, that game has a lot of bugs. It does. Even though they just came out and tweeted that they need a patch. I was watching, what's that guy's name? Detroit Reaper, I believe. He did a review on it. The AI is a little dumb. They get stuck behind the wall. Hey, there's no game that's perfect. I'm going to say it right now. Nope.
Yeah, none. But what's funny is today I looked up on Wikipedia all the games that have gotten perfect scores on IGN. There's never been an Xbox game that's gotten a perfect score, while there's been, I think, 4 PlayStation games that have gotten perfect scores on IGN. I'm just throwing that out there.
There he goes, conspiracy theory.
Just throwing that out there. You guys are telling me that there's not been one Xbox game.
So what you saying, crap? Is hooves is clicking.
Who's clicking, dude? Who's clicking? Yeah.
I got you. I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about this a little bit earlier, I think in the first podcast before Next Gen kept lagging out or whatever, but Sleeping Dogs and Resident Evil, the first one, are getting remakes. Now, Resident Evil is a remake of a fucking remake. So
well, Resident Evil is a remake. Sleeping Dogs is a remaster. There's a difference.
Yeah, remake, and then one of them's a remaster. And Sleeping Dogs is coming this year. Obviously, I'm a little bit disillusioned with all these remakes, remasters. Who cares? But with all these remasters and remakes, do you guys think that they're ruining or kind of maybe hurting the likes of the Master Collection? They're just getting lost in the with the pack.
I think I talked to somebody about this. I think I think there's a lot of them, and I think sometimes if you have too many, for me, if you're going to remake or remaster a game, it should be special. If you get a lot of games coming, this is just my opinion. If a lot of games keep being done like this, then what's the point? What's special about them? But the counterpoint is, people are still buying them.
That's what I said. We're all guilty of this,
So if developers are going to do it and people are going to bite, they're going to keep doing it.
But you know what, though? It's worrying. It wouldn't be so bad if they'd have brought back games from the original Xbox or PS2.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? What happens is, last gen, they invested so much money in certain titles. And if those titles didn't recoup the development costs, now they can remaster them. And make more money off of that same old game. There's not a lot of work that goes into doing a remaster. A remake, you have to do a little bit more work because you have to rebuild the engine. But other than that, they're just making money off of an older game.
Yeah, but you know what? It all leads back to what I've been saying forever. With these used games and GameStop and again, we go out there and support our hobby, which is gaming. You know what I mean? I know everybody doesn't have top dollar, but all those that shit hurt the developer. And what Microsoft was trying to do was trying to keep these developers. When you do trade in your games or whatever the fuck the case may be, or you buy them used, because you're taking advantage of the same thing that if someone bought it new, as far as the online component and all stuff, the developer at least get $2 or whatever the fuck the case may be.
Right.
It might be next, like I said, like EA's doing it now. What's stopping from Ubisoft or Activision? They get their same program, access program like EA has, and you can play all.
I think they're waiting on the success of EA.
Yeah, what I mean, if you can play all access, all their games, like $10 a month.
Do you think that would be bad though if all these developers start doing that?
If it keeps lights on another, I don't want to lose any more devs. If you get the, it's even your choice. If you want to subscribe to, maybe you might want to play. What's the name of that? The Suffering. Who the hell made that? Who made the Suffering?
Rockstar, didn't they?
Nah, Rockstar didn't make the Suffering.
Are you sure?
No, they didn't make that. You think my Manhunt?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Midway made the Suffering. They no longer hit. Well, they're called Midway with Warner Brothers or whatever the fuck the case may be. But maybe you want to play. Yeah, like I haven't played a game like that in years. You know, what I mean, remember who made the Thing? Was it Konami made the Thing? Whoever, like, I wouldn't mind going back and play some of those games. You know, and maybe for like $10 a month, you have access to their old library games. I think that'd be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be cool. Hey, you guys want to start racking up your questions? We got a couple more things to talk about, and then we could probably take some questions since we're a little bit late on time with the 1.5 podcast that we've already kind of invested 20-odd minutes in the other one and about an hour in this one so far. Evolve is delayed into 2015. Are you guys getting more and more of the feeling that next gen doesn't really kick off to 2015?
Well, you know what? I would say I wasn't that interested in the Evolve until now. It looks pretty cool.
You know what? It has a lot of Left 4 Dead. It's made by the Left 4 Dead creative team, so I think that it shares some similarities with that, which I love. I like it's kind of thinking outside of the box and the whole. I like the aspect of it. And I just think with games like that and that Arkham game that got delayed and The Witcher, I think these are kind of real next-gen games to me, and Halo 5 and, you know, so I think that, you know, which begs the question, you know, maybe, like, this is a two-part question for all three of you guys. Do you think next-gen is going to more or less be better or really start in 2015, or do you think possibly they should have maybe held off on releasing these consoles until like this year or possibly next year? I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm happy we got them. Like I said, I'm happy. Like I was so fucking tired of the PS4. I've stopped that. I was in that generation since day one, and I needed something fresh. But I think it's gonna start with this holiday season with the games that we have coming out.
I got a different take on it. If these consoles wasn't out, we wouldn't be having the conversations that we've been having on YouTube and the back and forth with the console war and everything
good
like
point.
that.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, even though the games are not out, you know, I've been having a blast, man. I can't, you know, I've been having a blast just talking about things, dogging this, you know, people hearing other people's points of view on different little things, and you know, and that's all came from this console war, man. And it's been fun. It's fun parts to it, and there's some bad parts to it, but all in all, it's a good time, man. I mean, we you know, I don't think we would have had that. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I don't think I would have met any of you guys. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's been some positives and there's been some negatives with it.
If you were giving me a choice between beefing on YouTube about resolution and consoles or playing games, for me personally, I'd always take
you play games, yeah, right. You play it.
So I could have easily waited until November, December this year. I think for Microsoft, it would have been much better to release November this year.
Mm-hmm.
But for both of them, I could have waited until November this year for the new consoles.
And you know, and it's your take on it. You looking at it as beefing. You know what I'm saying? It's not beefing. It's just a conversation, man. I don't look at it as beefing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know nobody that. When you have beef with somebody that you know, and y'all at it, and y'all ready to throw blows. That's beef to me. But this conversation, you giving your point of view and hearing other folks, you know, go against you. That's to me, that's good. You know, I enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, like for me personally, I think that you know, I'm happy. I was with the 360 and PS3 and Wii from the beginning, and I got a Wii U pretty early in that cycle or whatever. The PS4 is the only one that I haven't bought like pretty much right away or within the first few months, and we all know why. You know, but anyway, I think that probably both could have waited, and I would have been okay with that. Maybe, you know, because look, that Arkham game, that's not going to be on last-gen consoles. Maybe Evolve will be. I don't know. But, like, Assassin's Creed Unity, that's coming out this year. That's only next-gen. I like that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, not to screw over the people that are stuck on last-gen stuff, but it's like,
you have to start using these consoles.
Yeah, exactly. We bought these consoles. We deserve to get games that can only be played on them. And if you look at a game like Destiny, okay, I played the Destiny beta. It looks great, whatever, okay. I think that that's cool. But the combat felt slow. You hop on Titanfall, and that combat feels fast as fuck. right? 60 frames per second, what have you. Destiny is only 30 frames per second because it's on last gen as well. So that's holding it back. Like, that's where I have an issue, is where if it holds back what we're doing, then I think that that's a problem. And I think that is a bit of a problem with some stuff. Now, where it isn't is like Forza Horizon 2, where, yeah, there's a 360 version made by a different team, different engine. It's not going to have any of the features, no drive-atar, no weather. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. You know, I think there's enough developers out there that these studios can do stuff on old school consoles as well. It's not going to be as good, but at least take advantage of the goddamn new consoles that we're paying $500 for. You know, it's crazy that they're not. You know, all people talk about and all I've had to review lately is fucking indie games, man, and I don't even like them. They've been bad, man. That Strike Suit Hero game, that game's not worth $20. I wouldn't pay $2 for that piece of shit. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's god awful. So yeah, it's like that's what people are talking about, man. It's to where we're focused on these shit games that could have been done on any console generation, pretty much. And I'm sick of it. You know, give me some games. You know, this is Xbox One and PS4 talking here. Neither one of them have anything great or new right now. So let's get some of these. You know, let's get these devs working, man. Let's get some shit out there. You know, and the last thing that I have that I wanted to talk about was there's this former Nintendo developer who says the Wii U name is absolutely abysmal and it cut the sales in half of the console.
You said what? What happened?
Okay, there's a former Wii U developer.
Yeah.
Who worked on the console. He said he doesn't work for Nintendo anymore. He just quit. He says that the Wii U name is abysmal and that having that name cut sales in half of what it could be.
I think most people were confused as to what it was. Was it an actual console or was it an add-on to the Wii?
Yeah.
So I would have definitely named it something else.
Yeah.
I'd even named it Wii Part 2.
Or
Wii 2 or something.
You know, I don't think you name it anything Wii. I think they were trying to capitalize on the Wii name, the first one.
That's
Yeah, and I mean that's obviously what they did. That should have been like the Nintendo, whatever. Like I always thought Revolution was a better name for the Wii.
I was just gonna say that, yeah, Revolution.
You know, yeah. So I mean, it's a terrible name. You know what I mean? It's like, in one aspect, like Sony's been on with their names. I mean, they at least just name their shit in order. And I can understand why Xbox couldn't do that because they only have 3 Xboxes. You don't want one to seem inferior, so you don't go Xbox 3. But then you fucking name it Xbox One anyway. I mean, come on.
It's already inferior crap.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. That's opinion, but that's opinion, bitch. Anyway, it's like, you know, what do you guys think? I mean, this is the actual developer who worked on this, and he's saying that the Wii U name actually hurt sales. And I've actually...
you know what?
I'm sorry. They've been there to see where this was an issue, where people like parents or whatever were confused and didn't know what the hell they were doing because a lot of these stores bundle Wii and Wii U shit together, you know, so people aren't sure. So I actually think I do agree with them that that's probably, along with it being very underpowered, I think that that's probably has a lot to do with it too. What do you guys think?
My honest opinion, most of you guys know I bought a Wii U day one, and I think the name was kind of shit. And I don't think Nintendo did a good job at marketing it. But the biggest issue that the Wii U had is that at launch it had a big, third-party launch list of games. Those games didn't look no better than what was on the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
And I think that was, hey, you want me to pay $350, $400 for a new console?
I did. What a fucking chump, man! I spent I think when I bought mine, and then I bought like Mario and a couple games. It was like $450.
Yeah, I spent about $800, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've gotten my use out of it now. You know, there's some games coming out, but shit, it's like
console. And again, that's why I did the video, and it was just no hate for Nintendo.
No, we use dog shit, dog. We use dog shit.
That's the reason why I don't think it is well. Because, again, they put out a console that can't do the basic shit that the PS3 and the 360 are doing for years, So, and I think that was an issue also, and like I said, the games didn't look. I'm not saying the Wii U is not as more powerful than the PS3 and the 360 on paper. That's on paper. We're talking about real. You have one thing on paper called real world performance, real time performance. And I bought that shit day one, and it literally doesn't look any different than my 360 or my PS3. And one less features. So that was the overall thing, the main issue with the Wii U.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's interesting that a developer come out and finally say this, especially since Nintendo themselves have said, no, that doesn't have anything to do with it. I mean, I've seen this shit happen. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's real. You know. Hey, we're gonna get some questions in here, huh?
All right, we go.
We got lots of questions actually.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see. Y Vito 125 says, what do you think is going to happen with Steam and the X1?
I don't think it's going to happen, but I could be wrong. But I just don't see it happening.
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting. Yeah. If it does happen,
it could just only be just some games, but.
Yeah, I'm not really invested in it either way, so I'm not really going to comment. I don't care either way. I think that if it does happen, that's going to be cool. You know, I'm going to laugh at some PC gamers if it does happen. I'm going to do a good video. Maybe actually show me.
That video of mine is going to be classic.
American Alucard might hang itself, but
Oh man, yeah.
What's happening? Whatever aspect of Steam, if it does happen, and especially if it's exclusive to the Xbox One, I think it's huge. If you can see me again.
Yeah. Hey, Junior Bird says, is this really live? Can I join? Hey, guys, a bunch of random people just want to join us randomly. So, yeah.
Oh, shit, join.
Dude, Super Mage, you got to hop off my nutsack, bro. Did Crap just say Titanfall is 60 frames per second? I thought a game that drops frames per second isn't 60 frames per second. Jesus Christ, dude. Hop off my nutsack. The game is faster because it's faster than 30 frames per second, dipshit. I've never said anything about it being locked or anything. It does run, although it does run really fucking smooth. Like, if you played that game lately, which you don't even have an Xbox One, so you can't comment, bitch. But anyway, I'll say that I played it lately. Like, I didn't play it for a little while, and then I played it after this most recent update, and that's a fucking smooth-ass game. You know, it's really come a long way. I like what they've done with it. So it's interesting. Let's see. Michael Lugo makes a comment. He says they should do Manhunt on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, that was a Rockstar game, and it was kind of.
Oh man, that was controversial as hell.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was kind of bashed when it came out. I don't know if it sold really well, but I remember playing it, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good, really well done too.
Yeah, well, I have it. I have it on I think Xbox. I think it was.
I think that's a good idea. Actually, I would like it better than GTA 5.
I see. I didn't play GTA 5, so
yeah.
I didn't play it.
Oh, you'll probably like GTA 5. There's a lot of stuff to do. It's just I don't know. Like I already have it, so. Let's see. Do you guys think there will be? This is from JLong908. He says, "Do you guys think there will be a next-gen Katamari Damacy?"
That was a popular game. I didn't really get into it.
Well, I don't know what this. I mean, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The game is made more. Was it for the Japan market more? Whatever the case.
It was like a cult classic. It was basically the story was just. I can't even describe it to you, but
it's really Japanese. You roll around and you collect garbage and you yeah. It's like making a snowball out of garbage and you get bigger and bigger. Just roll over shit.
They can make it a $20 title in the Xbox marketplace. Go for it. You know what I mean?
I think there's a version that's an Xbox exclusive, either Xbox 360, I think. There is a version of that is, it's odd. You know, I think that happened to hit at a good time where people wanted to play something a little bit different. You know, I think nowadays
that was different, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays that would be like considered an indie game and people would love it. You know, all the hipsters would love it. Omagazio, I'm not going to agree with this comment, but it says, this is the first year the console's release. It's pretty common. First year is mostly dry with a few exclusives here and there. Look at the PS2 and PS3 era. He points out the PS2 and PS3 era conveniently, knowing that those are Sony things, and Sony has dry first year or two with the PS2 and PS3. As somebody that had an Xbox and an Xbox 360 at launch, I was playing a shit ton of games at launch and beyond within the first year. I mean, you had like Gears, Dead or Alive 3, Perfect Dark Zero, Cameo, Condemned, Call of Duty 2. There's so many goddamn games that first year. Prey, Saints Row. All these games come out within the first year of the 360, so don't give me that dry spell shit. With the original Xbox, it was like playing fucking Halo. There was so much shit that I was playing on that. Brute Force. So yeah, Sony, you've well established. One of my points is that Sony doesn't like to give people games in their first year or so of their consoles. I had a PS3 at launch and couldn't play a fucking game on it for 2 years because there was nothing to play on it. It was like, I think Metal Gear Solid might have been the first game that I played on it because there was literally nothing that interested me until that point. So not every console actually does that. Let's see.
Let's go to Iron Wolf. He said, what's up, my brothers? Do you think that we're going to see something from Gears, or a Perfect Dark, something from Crackdown gameplay? Do you think we're going to see some Phantom Dust gameplay at Gamescom?
I think Crackdown and Phantom Dust are probably a safer bet than Gears. And what was the other one?
Phantom Dust, Crackdown. Oh, Project Dark, Perfect Dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about Perfect Dark, but I don't think we're going to see anything.
That was always a rumor. That I guess that rumor is debunked now since the E3 came and went.
Maybe for Gamescom. Yeah.
Rare is working on 2 games though. That is confirmed by Aaron Greenberg. Yes, they are working on multiple games.
Non-Connect titles too.
Yeah, they actually fired a lot of the Connect team. I think we talked about that on a podcast, and we actually kind of agreed that it was probably the right thing to do because what happens was that's supposed to be a launch title, Connect Sports Rivals. You have these long-time Rare guys that are project managers that are supposed to get this game done and give people a compelling piece of software to launch the Connect with the Xbox One, and they didn't do it. So I think that that's one of the few cases where you do deserve possibly to lose your job. It's a business. You fail to give people a good thing, and now they've kind of switched directions. Thankfully, you know what I'm saying? I think people are interested to see what they could do because for as much as people hate on them, I really liked a lot of what they did on the 360. I liked Cameo and Perfect Dark and Viva Pinata 1 and 2. I enjoyed those games, so... I'm looking forward to seeing... I would love to see a Battletoads game. It doesn't even have to be AAA. Fucking download title.
They are making a Battletoads.
Well, we don't know for sure yet. It's rumored.
Didn't they show a...
Yes, it's a lot of rumor games.
Yeah.
No, we haven't seen any Battletoads footage. There's nothing. It's not nothing. I mean, it's rumored, and that's about all at this point. Maybe. I hope so. I think that would be awesome.
I think that'd be dope shit. If some of those, because that leaked E3 list, they had some fucking hitters up there. We can get something from Epic. I think Battletoads would be huge. I think that's huge alone. A complete remake of Perfect Dark. I think that's a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to show more.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to show more than what something new besides what they showed at E3 this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, this is a funny question. It said, ask Worry, what in the hell is Hokum?
Ask me what?
What the hell is Hokum?
What the hell is Hokum? Isn't that an indie game on the PlayStation?
Probably. Sounds like it'd be about an indie game on the PlayStation.
Hey man, it's by Santa Monica. It's a game by Santa Monica Studios. And
that's their indie game. Yeah, that's their indie game.
Little game that they made where it's a sperm cell floating around, man. That's what it is. And you cheetah busting caps on they. He reminding them every day, like skeet. He's skating on them.
The remastered remake thing that we were talking about, how whether you like them or you don't like them. What would be interesting? Can you imagine if Rare did a remaster of GoldenEye?
I don't think they can.
Yeah, because they don't own the rights. It's I forget who. It's not Activision anymore.
No,
it is Activision or it's EA. One of the two owns the rights.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I know
they actually did release GoldenEye on 360, PS3, and Wii U a couple years ago. It was pretty much shit though.
Yeah, that's what.
Because they didn't use Pierce Brosnan, they used Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game on the N64 was just great.
Yeah, that was really good. And what's odd about that a lot of people don't realize was that was this B team that they kind of slapped together with 10 people that never built the game before, and they were working on that game while the A team was working on Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, talk about hitting a couple out of the park, man. That was like AB right there, man. So that's interesting. Also, let's see, we have.
Let me do Crunk Girl. She's just hold on. Let me do Crunk Girl 7. Crunk Girl 711. Yo, next gen. What do you think about 2K15? Sizzle trailer, and if NBA Live 15 has a real shot this year since they're coming out on the same day. 2K, probably some of the best graphics to come out when on these next generation consoles. And NBA Live, I think that if they were going to have a real chance, honestly, they shot was with NBA Live 14, and that game only came out on next generation consoles, and EA, I don't know what the fuck. So
that thing looked worse than a 360 game or something, man. That was like, God.
I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be bad when I looked at the file size. It was like 7 gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
NBA 2K was like fucking 49 gigs.
Yeah, some 30 or something.
I don't know. I think it's over for NBA Live. I really do. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm
gonna tell you this though: the dribbling techniques on that game is sweet. But you ain't gonna be able to play it. You know what I'm saying? Because them services got cobwebs in it. Ain't nobody playing that trash.
Have you ever seen like the comparisons that like you always see that LeBron James picture comparison between the two games? Yeah, it's like it looks bad. It looked really bad. But apparently, I seen some like they did a ball and a court screenshot of the new one, and it looks much better. So this is where competition comes into play because with Madden there's only the one game, and with NBA there's multiple games, and now apparently there's only one baseball game. But so it's interesting that they push each other, and I think that at some point, if NBA Live doesn't do it this year, I think we won't see it. And I actually seen an article kind of supporting this theory that they might bring back NBA Street instead, which I really like that series on PS2.
I don't really think that'll do well because in 2K you got the Street mode. Like, I just think it's a wrap. I
didn't even know that, dude, because I don't own an NBA game, but
there's supposed to be some gameplay debut at Gamescom of The Division by Ubisoft as well on Xbox.
Yeah, I talked about that on the 20-minute podcast we did before it cut out. That they're actually doing a live demo of The Division on Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. The Division wasn't running on the Xbox One either.
It was, but it wasn't a live demo. It was pre-recorded.
Yeah. So get your pixel counters out.
Right. Yeah, get your pixel counters out, and within 24, 48 hours, Digital Foundry is going to be all over Quantum Break. Not 1080p. It's only one.
They got their VCR tapes put in.
VCR
ready to record.
I got a question from Omega's the I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He said one question: do you think that Sega will remake Streets of Rage for the PS4 and the Xbox One?
I hope so.
No, they're not going to because they've lost a lot of money. Their recent financials are really bad. I think they're only going to stick with their hits, unfortunately.
I mean, if they can do a Streets of Rage and make like not a title, but if they can do like the Streets of Rage 3, maybe doll it up, I think it'll do well in the marketplace. $20, $50.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hey, this is one that probably they think we won't answer. Michael Lugo says, says, did you hear that Microsoft, he spells so bad. Did you hear, and he spelled it like here, like a place. Money. It should be here, like you hear something, that Microsoft lost money on Xbox. It should be lost money on Xbox One. It's true. They did lose, they said, $400 million, but they made $1.7 billion. And that's just, you have to figure the initial cost of developing the console, advertising the console, and all the money they put into like the games and stuff. So that's not bad at all. A lot of people tried to take that as a negative thing. That's really good.
Especially they made a profit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, like it's interesting that they actually lost a lot less and actually made a lot more off that than they did with the 360 in the same time. So that's not bad at all. Like that's not a negative.
But Sony didn't make shit. They lost. So.
Well, they both lost right out the gate because the R&D process and all the advertising and stuff, that all costs a lot of money. So I think that's interesting that people think that we don't talk about bad stuff, but we do. That's not really bad.
That's not really bad. No, well, it's from the way we look at it. It's not. By the way they looking at it, $400 million is a lot.
Yeah, but does Sony even have $1.5 billion? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, well, that's the thing. I seen this. Our guy.
Hey, you know what? It was. I'm glad it's $400 million because the rumor was it was $400 billion. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Somebody was coming around telling me that, like, you know, they lost 400
That's because
million.
they don't know how to read
I was
decimal
like, come
points.
on, man.
Some of these trolls need to
get on that crap, man.
Hey,
Get out of here.
Some of these trolls need to learn how to read a little bit better. Hey, did you guys hear about this real quick? The new Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Apparently, the girl who does Lara Croft, she tweeted a picture where she's got all this shit on her face, right? And apparently, that's the new motion capture that they're using.
Yeah.
And with this ink stuff on her face, it allows for 7,000 reference points on her face instead of just the 90 that they normally do. So this new Tomb Raider is going to have 7,000 reference points on the face, facial expressions and things like that. It's like the most high-tech thing ever. So I thought that'd be cool to kind of let you guys know that the next Tomb Raider should have like phenomenal graphics. And I thought the last one was just amazing. I have it on 360, PS3, and Xbox One, and I think it's like phenomenal, just amazing game. You know. I didn't like triple dip realistically. I got it with PlayStation Plus on PlayStation 3. I bought it new when it came out on 360, and then I bought it when that shit dropped down to like $20 on Xbox One. So,
Hey, Rory, I got a question for you, Rory.
Yeah.
From Aaron C. Shout out to Aaron C. I met Aaron C. at Walmart. If this is you, what's up, Aaron C. I want to get Assassin's Creed Rogue, but I want to see if it gets ported to next gen. Do you think it would likely happen? I would say yes. What about you, Rory?
Do I think that this new Assassin's Creed will be ported to next gen?
Yeah, the one for the current gen. You know, I think so. Everything's getting fucking ported and remade.
I know. Well, I mean, the really big Assassin's Creed that's only coming out on next gen, that should be the one that we're jumping on. Yeah.
Yeah, but they showed that the other one's supposed to look, it looks.
It looks good, but I mean, it's going to be from last gen to this gen. It'll just be up-resed and upscaled. It's not going to look as good as Unity. So.
Oh no, it's not. But
if you like Assassin's Creed Universe and you like the gameplay, then yeah, you buy it because it'll be the same type of a game. But
the question, do you think it's going to get ported though? That's the question we're asking.
I don't know, man. Have there? I don't know.
I think so. I think maybe like 4 or 5 months from now. Probably like April, Ubisoft will probably announce.
Do you think they'll release it into a full game, like a packaged game, or do you think they'll just release it, as maybe a download? Because you know what they did was with that PSP port, or what the hell was that, a Vita game where you're the girl? Game. Yeah, they released that.
No, but this is that's a handheld game. This is supposed to be a real full-fledged fucking game. Yeah,
apparently they're going to show off actual footage and stuff from the game, the 360 version at Gamescom. So I'm actually interested in it because I like the Assassin's Creed series a lot. I probably wouldn't buy it new on 360 or right away, but maybe if it drops down or if they do port it to Xbox One, I'd rather play it on that if I could. But yeah, I think it'll probably be ported over too, but you never know because do they really want to flood the market so soon with those on the new consoles? I don't know. It's like it already seems a little bit flooded to me releasing 2 in the same year.
Man, like I said, it's going to come out. They already said that Assassin's Creed is going to be a yearly game. They already announced that a while back.
Yeah, I know that. Hey, Demon Wolf has a pretty good question. He says, what do you guys think about the new GameStop trade-in program launching August 18th? Are they doing this because preloading and digital pre-orders are becoming a new thing?
Well, what is the new? I read a bunch of.
They're offering more money. They're offering you more money and stuff. I guess to trade in your games to kind of compete with that. I guess they're trying to do.
But you know what?
What'd you say?
They're offering you more money for the trading. They say they call it not trading. They're offering to buy back their stuff from you. But no longer will you get the specials. If you trade in Madden at a certain time, you get the 50%. Initiatives to do, or you get 40% more action traded value towards the next one game. They're doing away with that. So now this is the new thing. Now if you go there, if you want to get rid of your whole system or whatever the fuck the case may be, you get a certain amount of extra money treated into something new. They're not doing that anymore. That's in the small print. So it's the yin and the yang. You know what I mean? I don't trade anything in. Me personally, I'm a gamer. I'm a collector. I have all my stuff.
Hey, Next Gen, did you see that thing that link I posted in the Skype?
Yes.
What'd you think about that?
I think it's awesome. We were just talking about it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, like that's all calculated with Azure servers apparently. I'm not usually one to like say, hey, this is anyway. You guys aren't privy to what we're seeing, but it's pretty cool. It has to do with like cloud computing and AI animations, and it's just like this one little screen. And I guess someone leaked this out, and it made it into a pretty popular forum. And the guy basically says that the physics calculations you see in this particular screenshot, and it's like a GIF. They're not using any local power from the GPU or anything. So they basically can use all the save power for things like AI animations and so on. So they're pretty proud of what this is. And it's like this ball cutting across this grass, and it's like leaving an indentation on this blowing grass, and it looks really cool. They're saying it's not for like a golf game or anything though. So, but yeah, I gave that to you guys to check out. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. Maybe we see something. Yeah, maybe we see something on this at Gamescom. You never know. You know, it would be cool if we could. So, yeah, but anyway, I think the whole GameStop thing, yeah, they definitely want to compete more. That's why sometimes they release games early. Like my local one does that sometimes too, because they would rather have you come in and get the game a little bit early there than possibly buy it digital.
Oh, all right. I got a question here from Tobias Rivers. What's up, guys? Do you think that we'll ever see a Jade Empire reboot on the Xbox One?
Who owns the IP? Is it BioWare or is it Microsoft?
BioWare. They're good friends with EA, though. Keep that in mind. You know, Sony was the one that threw EA under the bus, saying that they didn't see the value in their EA Access program. So I wouldn't put it past them to make some kind of deals with Microsoft over that or whatever. You know.
See,
I think it could be done. I would love to see, even if it came to PS4 too. I would love to see it. Just it could be on both, and I would still love to see it. It doesn't matter to me. You know, as long as I get to play it, like people don't understand that. Like they're like, I bet you're upset that Destiny is being made by Bungie and it's on PS4. As long as I can play that and I can still play my Halo too, I don't give a shit. You know, that's fine with me. Hey,
that's not Bungie that we know.
Yeah,
most of them stayed back. Most of them stayed back. So you know.
Most of them
Flip Money R says, do EA have the power to get Star Wars 1313?
Yes, they have the rights from Disney to make all Star Wars licensing games, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what are they going to do. I think
the problem is this, right? The work that was being done on, or what we had already seen of Star Wars 1313, was built on, what was that, Unreal 4?
I guess. I don't know. No, Unreal 4 hasn't been announced yet. No, that's Unreal Engine 3.
Okay, well, it was on a different engine. EA wants everything running on their engines. Yeah. What the hell is that engine they use? The Frostbite engine?
Yeah, Frostbite engine.
Yeah, so that's what they like. They want everything running on the Frostbite engine, and so what we saw we'll never see again. That was so awesome.
I think that really fucking sucks, because that shit. I don't know which guy. I think the Dark Maul game looked awesome too. But I think I will pick Star Wars 1313 over that Dark Maul game. You know, that Star Wars 1313 is amazing, man. Jesus, they showed that E3 2012 using Unreal Engine 3.
Yeah, it looked good. You know, they showed that shit the same time that Ubisoft was showing Watch Dogs, and we all knew those were next gen titles, but they weren't allowed to say it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. Hey, there's a good question here from Obed Campo. He says, hey guys, what do you think about Sony shutting down MLB 13 The Show servers in 2014? I think.
Well, isn't 14 out?
Yeah, but it's obviously that's what you do when you want force people to upgrade. But the thing is, what always upsets me is this: how fast would we hear it if Microsoft shut down servers on Gears 1?
Hey, well, the new baseball game is out, so they want you to buy the new one. I thought they shut down.
Yeah, they do. They shut down the 13 ones, right? But check that they've done a lot more than that. They've shut down a whole shit ton of games, and they aren't even using dedicated servers, just a server hub to match people up, right? So they're shutting down a lot of these servers. But like I said, you can still go back and play Gears of War 1 on the Xbox 360, even though Gears 2, Gears 3, and Gears Judgment are out, right? But imagine if they went back and shut down Gears 1 on the Xbox 360. How many people would be making a fit about that?
The people still play that game.
Yeah, I know they do. But people probably still play MLB The Show 13.
Yeah, I know.
But that's not the only one they shut down. They shut down, just within this year, they shut down Resistance 1, 2, and 3. Gran Turismo, what the hell was I don't know what the hell number we're on now. What, 7? Or 6? Well, they shut down the one before that, which was actually the better game. They shut down SOCOM Confrontation, SOCOM 4. All the onlines have been shut down, and MAG, which is an online-only game. So basically, if you bought this game for $60 when it came out, and I think it came out in 2011 or
MAG?
Yeah, MAG.
Oh, yeah.
Massive action game, right? Made by Zipper.
Came out in 2010.
Yeah, so basically, if you paid $60 for this game that had no campaign, just an online multiplayer mode, you have nothing. You know what I mean? Because you can't do anything with this game. So I think that's always funny that Sony gets a free pass on some of this stuff. But I digress.
You guys, hey guys, thank you for everybody's watching. We got a lot of good answers. No assholes community this week. Thank you, appreciate it. We have a lot of great answers in here. A lot of good answer questions.
Yeah, you guys are bringing it today, man. You guys are kicking ass, man.
Okay, your thought. We got one from John Swanson. Your thoughts on Casey Hudson leaving BioWare?
That's a big one. I mean, he did a. I mean, I believe
he invented Mass Effect.
Yeah, he did a lot of the story and a lot of the. So that's big. That's just as big as Amy Hennig leaving Naughty Dog. You know.
Yeah, Mass Effect and Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. I have to wait and see what happens to.
Maybe he was pissed off about the Mass Effect Remastered edition.
That was surprising. Well, you know that they're going to show off their new IP, Shadow Realms, supposedly is what it's called, or something like that. Yeah. They have a new IP. It's supposed to be like they guessed maybe an RPG, sort of like that Hero show where you have like all these people with different powers. Like I don't know if you've seen the commercials yet. People have different powers or whatever in like the live action commercials, and they could say that it's kind of like they're on the run or trying to figure out. This girl maybe accidentally blew up her house, and she says, "I didn't mean to," or it was an accident or something along those lines. So they're saying it's possibly like a power-oriented RPG, and they might be announcing that at E3. But I think BioWare, when you have like original members of a studio like that or people that have been there a long time, eventually, especially when you're bought out, like EA did, eventually, you might want to move on and try to do something else. And I think it does suck. I think it's never good when you have project people leave before projects come out. And this is what I'll stress. It doesn't matter who does it. Yeah, it's like the Naughty Dog thing. That's red flag city. When you got all these people leaving, I don't care what studio you are. When you have game director, game writers, game head animators, and all these people leave mid-project, that's not a good sign. And Casey Hudson leaving BioWare right now at this particular time isn't a good sign.
Okay, I got a good question from RSR, Rowdy Crow. What's up, bro? Would you guys give up physical products to get better benefits from an all-digital system, meaning no disc tray, in the way for better digital features? I don't have a problem.
What was the question?
Would you give up physical products to get a better benefit from an all-digital system, meaning no disc tray for a way of better digital features? Like, no, if the Xbox wouldn't have a disc drive, but we got, I guess, better digital features. Would you give up, owning, I guess, actual physical copies of games? It doesn't bother me either way. Now, for somebody,
I would be screwed.
Yeah, he'd be screwed. That's why I said.
I'd be screwed. Yeah.
We're kind of wish they would. Yeah, we're not there yet. I will kind of wish they would just go with keys. You know what I'm saying, for the disc to make it digital. You know what I'm saying. So once you install it, it's digital instead of.
How it was originally going to be, but without the 24-hour check-in.
Without a 24-hour check-in, so for those that can't download it, because I don't like waiting on the download. It's quicker to take it from a disc, turn your internet off, pop that bad baby in, and install the game, and then boom, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. If they did it that way, where you could do it, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I'll be all for it.
I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I would really enjoy that.
Okay, TJ Combo. What's up, TJ Combo?
The black dude from Killer Instinct.
He said, would you like to see a new Conquer game built from the ground up on the Xbox One with no censoring in the game? Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. No censoring, a little bad cursing fucking rabbit scroll, whatever the fuck he is. I think that'd be dope shit. Dope shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, hold up. This is a message one. From J-Lone 908. Do you think the resolution is the new bits back when it was all about 16, 32, and 64-bit? Now it's all about 1080p.
I said that a long time ago. It's the bit wars all over again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is 16-bit. You know, you tell your parents, "Hey, I want that Sega Genesis," but you already have a Sega. But this one's 16-bit, guys. Come on, you know what I mean? Who gives a shit? You know. Or like that Atari Jaguar used to swear up and down it was 64-bit.
Hey, this dude Landon Williams had a question for Crap. He said, "Can you do next gen's Crybaby Gangster Scream one time?"
I cannot do that at all. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it.
I love to see it.
I can't do it. Hey, this Michael Lugo guy has a good question, though. Yeah, moving on from that, because he says, will Xbox ever make a baseball game for Xbox One? I tweeted Phil Spencer that, actually, because I think that they do need something to fill that void, especially if 2K isn't going to do baseball anymore. Microsoft used to do NFL Fever, which was a really good football game. I don't see why they can't get a baseball game.
You know what the problem is, though? Baseball games are not that problem. Baseball is a long, boring goddamn game.
It is. I just did a review for the show 14 on PS3, and it's a fucking long season. Goddamn, 162 games plus playoffs.
Games, yeah, that's a lot of games.
Yeah, it is. And each game is like over an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. And the reason why 2K is not doing a new baseball game is they don't sell that well. You know, so you know.
Yeah, well, their games kind of sucked lately too, so that didn't help. I mean, if they would have made a good one, then, you know. Yeah. So I think it's tough. I would think that they could. You know, maybe they will. I don't know.
Oh wait, we got King Pony in the call. Jade Barbie. He said, "Why is the PS4 better than the Xbox One?" Bitch.
What was the question?
Why is the PS4 better than the Xbox One?
In what way?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the first thing that comes to my mind. In what way? Because it's really subjective. It's be like I could sit here and say Xbox One's better all day, and I have my reasons. But that's opinion. That's opinion. So
if you want to buy something that has more power than the other thing, then I guess you could use that. If you need to own something that more people own to feel like you made the right decision, that could be. I mean, no. These are actual reasons that people come up with. You know, like it's more powerful. It is, and if you want,
it's how you wording it though. But go ahead though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, it's all about power. Then that could be a reason. If if 100 people own something and only 20 own it on the other thing, and you need to own that because 100 people own it, then that's a reason. There's a bunch of different reasons.
Those are terrible reasons, though.
Yeah, I mean they're not great reasons. I'm just trying to think of general.
Yeah.
It is. Well, he's
the troll though. He's the troll.
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Oh, I didn't know.
J Body.
I thought
J Body.
Hey, here's a good question from Lee the Hitman. Never mind. But okay, he says, "Will you guys be purchasing a Steam machine this holiday season?"
Hell no.
A Steam machine. Well, which one? The $500 one or the $3,000 one? You know.
Yeah, come on, that thing's DOA. I think they delayed it to next year too, and the controller. So.
Hey, you know what? They probably said, "Screw it, put it on the Xbox One."
Hey, let me blow your mind.
Right there, baby.
What if the Xbox One is a Steam machine? Mind's blown, bitches.
Oh.
Mind's blown.
It's not.
Yeah, probably not.
It's not. Yeah.
Hey, Metal Face of Doom says, "What do you guys think of Colin from IGN damage controlling indie games?
Oh yes.
Telling that guy that wrote in he was stupid for selling his Ouya Station 4."
You know what? The letter, I got a real big problem with that letter.
Wait, hold on. I didn't even see this. Wait, Colin Moriarty, who, as we all know, according to Warrior Wars video that is now deleted, is a journalist for the industry, the entire industry, but chooses to only game on PlayStation 4 and Vita. He apparently he told somebody that they were stupid for selling their PS4 because they get tired of all the indie games.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, they was trying to damage control for indies, like.
Yeah, I heard something like that where he was like, "What's wrong with indie games or whatever?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's some really good indies. There was him, some little chick, and the other dude, Strong Jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Strong Jaw.
You know what I'm saying? They was all in there talking, and I was like, oh, come on, man. They playing.
Yeah.
I just the damage control. I had a problem with the letter though. Don't nobody write letters no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they get this letter from? That letter is like, come on. Nobody write that stuff no more.
Yeah, I think that if I didn't actually watch that video, but I think that's fucking funny if he actually did do that. I think that's
he pulled out a little piece of paper and had a letterhead on it like he was from some company or something. I don't know. It was trash.
Okay, I got a question from NPD Go Getter.
Go Getter.
Do you think guys think that the Shenmue game will be announced this year at all? Yes, I think at the Tokyo Game Show we're gonna hear something about Shenmue. So
I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about it, and I guess they said it was coming out, but from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be multi-plat,
Yeah, I mean, at this point, look, like Microsoft has all these studios now. I'm interested to see what they do with their own first-party studios. Like, I know I can't be the only one. I don't mind third-party stuff because they got the money to do that. But even Phil Spencer said that recently. Like, you remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago, where he wants to see them build up their own IPs and things like that. That way, you don't get any of this stupid shit. Oh, I wonder how long before it goes on the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Or the sequel. That way, there's no chance of that happening.
Right.
I'm interested to see. And Lionhead is said to be working on a futuristic RPG. So maybe that's something we see at Gamescom, because they're a big studio working on multiple things at the same time. So I want to see what their London Lift Studios. I want to see what some of these people are working on. I'm really interested in seeing the first party stuff. I don't mind third party exclusives. I don't care either way. But more games, the better. They're in a position to do that. But I want to see some of the first party stuff from Microsoft Studios. Man, I'm interested to see that.
All
right. Right.
Crap, I got a question for you here. The Urban Nemesis 1S. So your next general crack, do you think we will see an NFL 2K game generation?
No, sadly.
I don't know. Slim.
And I can tell you why. Like, it's not exactly like, if you look into it, it's not all EA's fault. I mean, it is somewhat, but this is what happens. NFL wants an official sponsor, it's like one official thing, one official beer, one official soft drink, one official this. You know what I'm saying? They want one official game. And they went to, if you look into it, they went to Take-Two about buying the license, and Take-Two said that's too much money. Nobody's going to pay that much money for the exclusive license. EA did. So they're happy with that. They like EA. They like having the one game. It's less quality control that they have to worry about. People know Madden. It's like the most well-known thing. So you're not going to see a 2K game. I mean, EA they're going to be, that's it.
But could it stop them from making a college, though?
Well, the college thing is tricky because the college students, I guess, are pissed off because they can't use their likenesses, or they can and they don't have to pay them or whatever. And I guess they just lost a lawsuit to where now they can pay these college students for using their names. Like, if you ever play the college game, there's not official names or anything, which is kind of annoying. So I guess if there is going to be college games in the future, maybe they will be able to use some actual names and things like that. So hopefully.
Right.
I used to like the Sega college game.
To EA?
Actually, I think this is their last year with that, right? Because this is their last year with the college game. Or I don't even think they did a college.
Canceled it. They're not doing it anymore because they got sued. They're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, they
lost the EA. I mean the NCAA. What do you call it? The licensing. I think NCAA dropped them or some shit like that.
Yeah, it has to do with, like I said,
I always liked it.
I like 2K football, period, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could get into college football. Hopefully
that'd be better.
I think
for them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't even mind if they did another one like the All Pro games. Just put more players, ex-players in there, because like you could only have like 8 or something, and the rest were just like no-name like scrubs or whatever. Like if they could come out with like
Should be
more
able to
players
fill
or
your
whatever.
whole roster up.
Yeah, fill your whole roster. I mean, there's enough ex-players out there that you know, I think it would be cool if they wanted to do that. So I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in anything. Not that I hate Madden. I actually am kind of enjoying Madden 25, you know. I've been playing that on EA Access exclusively on Xbox One.
I'm playing it right now. Yeah.
Hey, Tobias Rivers says, will you guys be getting the Resident Evil remaster of the remake?
Not if it has that same blocky movement. I don't like that, no. I don't like
it's
that.
the remake of the GameCube version, which I think had a different... Didn't that do the over-the-shoulder?
Yeah. Well, those I can move around freely, but because like Resident Evil 1 and 2, that shit running sideways, I hated the way that you moved in that game.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible. Because look at how they originally had to do it. It was like the PlayStation 1 controller before it had analog sticks.
Yeah, I don't like that blocky movement. I hate that shit, man.
What are we gonna do? Like a couple more questions? We've already been at almost an hour.
You're like answering every question in the comment section.
Well, I guess we do 2 more. We can pick 2 good ones.
Okay. Okay. Tech Assistant says UK Xbox One came out with a cable adapter. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
So what? I mean, they can watch TV if they don't have cable.
So they can. Yeah, you can that way.
It basically, I think, makes it a cable box, right? Or
that way you can. It's just a tuner. That way you don't need a cable box. Yeah, because not everybody over there has. Apparently, they're having issues getting their cable providers or whatever that work with it. Yeah. So they wanted to give people the option to be able to use this or whatever. So
that's dope shit, then.
Yeah, there's talk that maybe they could release it over here at some point, but I think that it's cool. You know.
Right. Wait, what about AG the guy? So do you think Rise of the... What's this shit? My screen is kind of dark. And a new game called Ryse or some shit coming out? Rise Carnites? I don't know what the fuck you got going on here. My screen is... Hold on a second here. My screen is going dull. Hold on 1 second. I'm on a laptop, and it's an old laptop with a shitty screen. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to right-click and copy. If you guys can read it, I can't read it.
Man, if he can't get the question out, man, we ain't gonna answer it.
Fuck it. I'm sorry, dude. AG the God. I'm sorry, my man. I can see your name, but I have a bad display here. I'll see it.
Oh, here's a really good one. Killer E305 says, "What do you guys think about Drive Club needing more post-launch patches to get the Logitech wheel and photo mode and weather into the game?"
Wow, you were excited about that question, Crowd.
So this game, this game,
this is exciting. This is a good one.
This game is launching without these promised features, which means to me the game's not finished. So why release it when it's not finished? I say delay that shit into 2015 and be done with it. Nobody gonna buy that shit coming out in the middle of October with a bunch of real games coming out. Come on now. People those PlayStation Plus members are gonna play their 10 cars in one county or whatever and be done with it. And your Jabari Clark is gonna be on the fucking Bang Bang thing saying, "Let's talk about it. Look at that. Look at that. It looks good." And there's gonna be like 50 people in the game, and while there's gonna be like thousands and thousands on Forza Horizon 2. Get the fuck out of here with the unfinished game, people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching our 2-part podcast. We appreciate all the love and support. We'll see, hopefully Tuesday, we all get together at 4 o'clock, and we can talk about what Microsoft and what Sony showed at their...
We can talk about Microsoft shitting on Sony at Gamescom, people. Woo!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well.
Hey, crap.
Yeah.
Ask me what I think about ice cream.
Hey, Worry. Or hey, next gen /Worry. What do you think about ice cream?
Well, listen, ice cream. Sony really financially, they cannot afford to buy ice cream.
Not one scoop, not two scoops.
Now you have to. Hey, show.
Not even a little Dixie cup. You remember the little quarter Dixie cups?
Showstopper.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to school you on this now. Most people know that these games are only running on one scoop of rocket. Now we got.
Hey, you got to call a spade a spade.
We got 8
We out.
stars.
Go ahead, next year.
We out there. Appreciate it. We see you guys probably Tuesday.
All right, man.
Rack 'em up.
If your grandmother got a fat ass.